in this video, I want to try again to articulate to the best of my ability a deeply profound truth, a universal truth, and that is concerning the topic of change and my belief, which stems from, observation, reading, absorption of wisdom from others, that change is the only constant that there is, and as they say, change is the law. And there are really important and profound reasons for this, and reasons why we should explore this topic and try to align ourselves with this universal principle so that we are not in opposition, but are in accordance with the divine laws of the universe, which will make for a much easier and much more seamless interaction with reality. So, being that change is the only constant and one of the natural laws, it permeates, it instigates all aspects and facets of this reality. So you never want to become attached. You want to align your spirit with the idea of detachment, because change is inevitable, and you don't want to find yourself in a position where you're clinging and attached to a certain version of yourself or certain ideas or anything really, because there's going to come a time when, as all things are, that thing, that version of yourself which you have, in a sense, which you venerate so much, and which in a sense you have deified, comes into contact with the law of change. And you don't want to be in a position where you're desperately clinging at something that was just one iteration that was meant to have its season and then pass, as all things move in seasons. All things are cyclical. So you want to be in a position where you can let go. You can be open to change and be open to new versions of yourself, and open to new ideas and new narratives and new snippets of wisdom that are all around, waiting for you to align your mind and spirit with, in order that they become perceptible to you. The tree that bends doesn't break. So always be open to change. Practice aligning your spirit with detachment in all ways and all things. And you could argue that, well, if you're constantly pursuing change and opening yourself up to change, that you will kind of be in a sort of quasi-limbo, or you will be attached to the principle of change. But if you think about it a little deeper, you'll come to the conclusion that while that may appear to be true, and maybe in some senses it is true, it really isn't. It's just your very limited perception that is leading you to that conclusion. And even if it was true, to be attached to change is in and of itself to be detached, because you can't be attached to something that is in a constant state of flux, that is constantly moving in constant momentum and form of the purest energy, which you can extract bits and pieces of, but which might not be within your capabilities to be in possession of the entire sum of, because it's universal. It's not really meant for one individual aspect of consciousness, which you are to be in complete possession of. So, as I said in my previous videos, which I hope you watch, I make these videos as thoughts come to me, and so they're not going to be perfect. They're not going to be comprehensive or exhaustive. And as I currently am, the ability to orate, to articulate, is not one of my supreme talents, but I'm trying to develop it, and it's not my desire to elevate myself above anyone. These videos serve as an exploration of my own ideas and consciousness, but I'm hoping that those who need to see or need to come in contact or, have these messages past the perceptive fields, that they extract something of use for them, because I just want to have a positive impact on myself and everyone that I come into contact with. And I have been gifted, I feel, with the ability to delve into deep and profound subjects and topics and philosophies, and all of these things are some of my biggest interests. So I hope this doesn't come across as me on my soapbox trying to elevate myself above others or anything like that. I just want to make better use of my gifts, and for myself, more importantly, for others. So I do this with a spirit of humility and a deep desire to effect a positive change and to learn and to grow. Hopefully the videos will get better over time. I have 2 other ones. I have a different channel with my music and art, which is my name, Ray Rivera. So if you could check that out, I'd appreciate that. Feel free to leave your comments on these videos, suggestions, topics you want me to discuss, anything that you're struggling with, anything that you need to get out. We all have our struggles in life. We all have our unique perspectives. There is no separate and individual I or you. We're all part of the greater collective. So let's strip away these illusions, let's awaken ourselves, and let's ascend in levels of consciousness. And whatever you're suffering, you can get through it. Know that it never was about you. It's not about you. It's what you're to do with the suffering, the lessons that you're meant, the growth, the change that you're meant to extract from it. Never take a self-defeatist mentality. Okay, so just remember, it never was about you. It's what you're going to do with it to fulfill the plan of the infinite intelligence of God for you. And like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate that very much. And that was just not even scratching the surface about the divine law of change, but it's something to get you thinking, and it's something to pique your interest and itch you a little bit so you can scratch that itch. So stay tuned for more. Thank you.